5 years.
It was just because it was going bad, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was for the Dendy's charity tournament. And
okay.
Koikova joined my chat and was like, bro, we gotta go play the charity tournament. It's like, wait, I thought it was this time. Of course, with Ukrainian time zones and stuff. So then he peer pressured me to abandon the game, and he promised to play pubs with me. That still hasn't happened. So if you're ever in Koikova's chat, please do remind him he does owe me 2 party queue ranked games to compensate for the 1 solo queue abandon. Anyways, we have IG versus YBB.
Yeah, and you know who's not going to abandon is Emo, because he gets to play mid again. Let's go. He's like, Dust, get over there. You're going to be playing Luna. I don't even care. And yeah, Dust might end up having a bit of a rough one, potentially, if they get off to a hot start with this Timbersaw. The panel sort of mixed and felt like they liked the YBB draft more.
Yeah, I actually really like the YBB lineup. It's their return to Division 2 play style and drafting style. And they got to do this nice little change up at the end where, you know, this is Ember mid, but you now put the Death Prophet there, and I don't think I've yet to see an Ember really pop off against Death Prophet. In lane, Siphon, you take Tower, it's just super good. So I think YBB are just going to be happy with that mid matchup. Nice little contest at the start.
Oh, the glimpse back and says, oh, that's going to be a free bounty rune for me. So YBB starting off with the triple. Needed to bring 2 heroes up there to secure that one, but doesn't end up happening. 70 going to be playing on the Death Prophet. Very happy with what his supports were able to get done there. And yeah, I kind of am curious, because so this is something that we were talking about on the panel like earlier, is how is this IG draft going to do? How is this team going to do? It feels very hit and miss because of like sort of the mix-up that they have mid of Emo versus Dust and who they decide to put there. Obviously, you've seen multiple different iterations of teams sometimes struggle with this. Most notably recently has, you know, been Amar, Enigma in the Western European region. And then on the side, and then the other way that that can go is also Team Liquid that sometimes swap between roles at various points. So I think it's kind of an interesting dynamic to have this across multiple regions.
It is, and I think out of all the teams, IG is the team that are still trying to calibrate the most in regards to it, because for example, like Dust played Ember the other day, and now Emo's playing Emo. Not Emo's playing Emo. Emo's playing Ember. So it's not as if it's like a hero match situation. Maybe it's just comfort. Maybe it's depending on the day, the bigger picture of the draft. Like if they pick a hero that's going to be the ultimate win condition, maybe then they now want Dust to try and play it. And so yeah, I think honestly, I want ID to win a series so that we can actually ask them, because maybe not like the perfect formula that they want. Probably won't want to leak that, but you know, just some context to why the swapping is happening.
Well, and then on the other side for YBB, you know, this is something that we've been wanting to see them get back to form. And as you know, Snare mentioned earlier on today, both of these teams yet to win a match. So one of them, at the very least, will be coming out of this one with a W, and we'll be able to hear a little bit more from them potentially at some point in the future. But regardless, early laning stage, 10-1 versus 9-0 on the Death Prophet. The only hero that's really kind of getting bodied here has been the Centaur down bottom. Jian Yu not really getting that much out of this lane, playing against that very pesky Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lane I would want to play least against other than Clock plus Nature's Prophet, other than like Undying Nature's Prophet. These are absolute laning dominating heroes, and I think Centaur will be happy if he can even like eke out like a Hood or a Vanguard from this lane, and then he'll naturally just catch up once the laning phase breaks down. But yeah, this top lane, traditionally back in the day, Luna was this like insane counter to the Timbersaw, the Mars, these big tanky heroes.
Yeah. But
often it would come with having a 5 that also has some kill threat. I don't know how much kill threat there is with the ET being your 5, especially because there is this just Glimpse Disruptor constantly disengaging.
That right there is just devastating.
Yeah, it is.
And he's going to get pulled back in and killed off. So beyond draws first blood, this to me is the other thing. Is when we were watching the draft, I talked about ET being like maybe an answer for the Nature's Prophet. I'm wondering if like they sort of got pigeonholed into switching the Hoodwink down there. They thought MP was going to be offlane, but it just feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, when I see Luna as a carry, I want to have like a Clockwork and Undying, something that can like stand up in the lane and buy time for Luna to constantly spam beams. But when you're this ET playing, especially into the Whirling Death of the Timbersaw, we just saw it there, right? Like you have no life to you.
But down bottom, they find the kill onto the Nature's Prophet. So well played with PYW. Jian Yu, very nicely done.
That's the beauty of Centaur plus Rubik, Centaur plus Hoodwink, right? It's like at any minute, if the carry is left alone and the position 5 does leave lane, you always have kill threat, especially when you go for the 2 points into double edge. Very, very powerful.
Right, and now a Cogs connection onto PYW. ZQ seeing if he can get some extra action going his way, but won't end up happening. So they connect this creep wave over to theirs. Might be able to get an eye on the range creep too. Not a bad one at all here from him. ZQ, does he get in trouble? Stomp? No, just gonna deny it in his face.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, he's actually kind of bullying a little bit after a bit of a rough start to the first couple waves. He's killing it.
Fat wave top. They're even fortifying it to play on the tower.
Can they do much here, though? I mean, this is a lot of creeps. The stomp's there. Starts hitting the tower again. Beyond, just cutting through, but they need to be careful. TP rotations could come in. I mean, Dust has been known to dive pretty far sometimes. We'll have to see what ends up happening here. Another creep wave coming in, but still playing under this tower. We'll have another Lucent Beam in a moment. The Stomp is there. A couple more hits. Tries to bring him down. Beyond, super low. Does he manage to have enough? The reactive armor is starting to kick in, but it will be enough for the kill. So Dust makes the move. Companion with the ET. Very well done.
I love that play from IG. The fact that they had such a big wave, they can tank for so long. It's like, if this was a single wave, this play is like atrocious. But they were able to form this double wave because Timbersaw naturally is holding it for so long that they actually punish it against them. So, yeah, fair play. And no one really at this point in the game wants to TP. I don't think... I mean, you could argue that maybe Nature's Prophet could have quickly TP'd up, punished that extension, then go back bottom. But at minute 5, getting that play, you can easily ruin your entire game if the play doesn't work out for the carry. So yeah, I like the fact that IG are just really forcing it into the Timber.
And I gotta say, I guess some of probably the reason that, while the Timber gets into some trouble up there, that Centaur has been able to sort of have some new prominence is this build that he's gone for. Double Ring of Protection into the Ring of Health. Now that he's gotten these items, it feels so hard to push him out of lane. Like, look at his base regen here with the Tango, 26. Like, it's kind of crazy how much he's able to sort of sustain there. It's a DD bottled for 7E and a glimpse back emo to get away from Tianming.
Yeah, I think the trade-off right now for IG in kind of securing their lanes, or at least recovering them a little bit with this aggression, is poor old emo has been left on this 1v1. And Death Prophet 1v1 is already kind of hard. And on top of that, you then have the... what's the thing I'm trying to say here? The supports have come into top lane.
Yeah.
Which have really punished the kind of the rune game as well for emo.
Right. He hasn't been able to get involved in those ones and sort of get in position to make the moves around the map that you would want. And eventually that movement is going to come on in and find the Death Prophet getting kills. Is Luo in trouble again. No Quelling Blade. And Battery Assault under a tower now.
Oh, he's a tanky boy. Don't worry.
You gotta be careful. If they end up again rotating somebody. Oh my god, they find Luo again. The bushwhack. I mean, the fact that he's staying in the lane right there is pretty crazy. Yeah, things could go south very rapidly for him if they manage to get 6 on Centaur and just stampede.
This is the importance of Clockwork's positioning. Like, any minute he moves to a different lane or does anything else, that's when he's not going to be able to, like, at least Nature's Prophet will be under this threat. And you mentioned this itemization from Centaur. The trade-off, right? So he goes 2 rings, right? So instead of going Wraith Band, he now has double the armor, same rough amount of gold. 1 mitigates the Blightstone, and then 2 kind of puts him over the edge. So honestly, I love that a lot. And look, poor emo. Like, this is another point where he can't really play mid, especially if there's a support here. It's just, it's rough.
They bring PYW over, and obviously can go for the bushwhack play in the middle.
They're bringing ET across too.
This is the glyph now used. They don't have one available on Dire, although Emo does some good damage there. Bushwhack connects onto 2 of them, and the Stampede is out, but the good catch immediately keeps alive that Death Prophet for a moment. Does actually get a haste rune bottled up, so 7E could go in if she wants to. It's a little bit scary. Damage bouncing around there from the Hoodwink, and 7E wants to bottle up and go in some more, but with everybody rotating mid, it's just a little bit too scary. And they all have that extra damage, too, from Luna. So,
but this is the point where now, I love the fact that IG, they brought the numbers here, and how quickly, after defending the tower, they're trying to, like, run back to their side lanes, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, Exo's down, get back. And they lost 750 HP on this mid tower. So a really nice difference from IG to mitigate the reasons why Death Prophet is so good against Ember. Yeah.
Sticking around and trying to whittle it down a bit too on 7E. So everybody leaves, and that kind of leaves her open to hit the tower a couple of times. But like you said, the fact that they're back farming again is like really clutch and will allow them to maybe build up a little bit of a net worth lead here. Or rather reclaim its lead, because YBB is slightly ahead. Beyond's had a completely free time, does have his arcane boots coming out right now, and set to try and take over this game. Top net worth. Bad at all.
Yeah, I think for IG, they have a weird spot in this game where naturally you'd want Luna to sync up with the Centaur to try and take a tower. But if at any point this Luna dies, I feel like this game can get really hard. So they're being super patient and not trying to break down the map at all.
Right.
But it is giving YB these moments of just constant aggression, where they sweep from mid to another lane. Like YB is dictating everything right now due to IG's fears of their draft kind of falling apart.
Right. Well, and you see that sort of big wave movement coming down where IG all show up on this bottom side. 4 heroes together, chasing now down on 7E. And, well, they kind of can't connect onto anything. I mean, Luna's still AFK farming. If they could find a kill here, that'd be pretty nice. And it looks like they will be able to bring down the Disruptor. IG already willing to play together as 4.
I mean, I feel like anytime 7E shows in the lane with Exo, IG is just going to bring 4. Even if she's not popping Exo, it's like, all right, if you want to do something, Death Prophet, you're going to come and fight us. And
yeah.
I like the mid one. I think the bottom part of it maybe was a little bit of an overplay from them, but
dude, that buff for the Centaur stomp range,
it's so big. Like, you kind of forget about it, but when you look at it,
yeah,
it used to be like touching his tail, you know, back in the day, but now, yeah, that's a hefty size.
It's getting close to like black hole radius. That area, it's freaking big. But now, YBB, they bring in more heroes towards mid again. The Bushwhack to try and whittle those down. And actually, the combo of the Bushwhack and then a Slight kills all of those treants off. But now Death Prophet just runs in. Static Storm down. The silence is there. Is it going to be enough? No. Emo gets away just barely. And PYW needs to back out from Beyond. But they've already taken the tower. And that was without Exorcism. So now YBB can make another move if they want.
They could maybe either look to take Dust away from top lane, which, like, yeah, they're doing that.
Okay.
I'd say they had some bold options, but no, okay. Sweep into top. No Static Storm, though, but they do have the Glimpse. Only 1 TP cancel available, but already Dust with the read, TP's out.
I mean, TP not taking that extra step behind the trees is one of those things that I feel like people could potentially punish.
That's true. I mean, you throw the ward down from behind the tree line and Disruptor, see him quick glimpse.
Well, speaking of taking advantage of, that's going to be a dead Clockwork, and IG, not ones to shy away, are also going to make their big move to take out another tower. So still the tower advantage for YBB after mid has fallen, and Emo is going to have to remnant out from danger. But yeah, they are starting to come online, I feel like, on IG.
Yeah, I think they've got to the point where whenever Luna now shows up to a lane, she will be able to at least have some threat, but again, if you just look at the net worth, IG's playstyle is very much, Luna, we will protect you, all 4 of us together in conjunction. Like, again, we're not seeing Ember pop off, we're not seeing anything. I'd argue for IG, that Centaur, when he picks up his Blink, that's when IG can maybe turn up the pace a little bit. You surprise a Death Prophet or a Nature's Prophet, but that's where YB's draft is pretty powerful, because it's like, Clockwork will be scouting you, Timbersaw will be up front, bodying these engagements, and Disruptor can turn it around quite nicely. So I think IG, they should be happy with their position right now, but again, I feel like at any minute this game can just break apart because either team is scaling to that point.
No, I agree, and I think that's going to be the thing to watch for over these next couple of minutes. Is there a overextension, or like this, just take a good play and the hoodwink? The Bushwhack didn't connect because guess what? Timbersaw kills trees. So Whirling Death meant that the Bushwhack did not connect. It was an easy kill onto Centaur. And now QIQX, he's also going to just get ran down. Oh, man. Sick stuff coming out from YBB as they take full advantage. And I mean, the Timbersaw, a good last pick because it sets the tempo, but also really messing with the hoodwink a lot.
Look at Emo, like, there's nothing really IG can do in this situation, right? Like when they get aggressed on, it's so difficult. And You talk about Luna farming, but also look at Lu. He's happily farming as well.
Right.
And I'm trying to compare items. So so Lu's going to be going for the Gleipnir first, and he'll most likely get that quicker than Luna gets her Dragon Lance, then Yasha. Actually, no Manta before, so okay.
Yeah, we'll see what she ends up going for there. I mean, I think that some of the stuff too, you go in Gleipnir on Nature's Prophet, like you're talking about here, and that is definitely something where you're going to need the Manta to get out, but there's so many other dangers that she's got in this game. Like, BKB feels essential too.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one, but once Luna gets both, and then we start talking about, you know, the small crit Satanics, of course, that's a whole nother realm where Luna should feel incredibly good in this game.
You can see the esportsbet.io odds slightly favoring Ybb. It was even at the start of this match. And I think there is still a good argument to be made for either team pulling away with this one. But Ybb with the slight edge and definitely a stronger last couple of minutes after they found that kill on the Centaur.
Yeah, both teams just kind of in farm mode. You know, they don't want to do anything too crazy. Both respecting each other quite a lot. And I'm trying to see if anyone's doing anything fun with their items, but unfortunately, Lyrical,
they don't like fun.
But yeah, they want to win. Again, to give context, like the loser of this series most likely will be contending in the bottom 2 spots.
Right.
Because you'd argue both these teams should still handle outsiders from China.
Right.
With just their mouse.
I think these ones and maybe Aster.Aries is the other that I would be looking at.
True, that's true. But like this is the starting point from dictating your own position in Division 1, basically.
Right. If you get a win here, it gives you some sort of levity where maybe the only way that you end up dropping down to Div 2 is if you like are in a big tiebreaker or something. But look at this. In position, Clockwork can't get brought down without a full commitment. They just pop the Wrath of Nature, do a whole heck of a lot of damage because of that Clockwork flare. And Lil ready to join up with the fight.
Instant smoke up though from IG.
Okay.
They back away from the area. They're doing the wraparound.
Scan.
Nice Radiant scan though.
Looking and finding. Does connect. So Ybb fully aware of this. And Emo
so close.
Not going to connect. But they do take away that Observer Ward at the very least. And now, Glimpse, Static Storm down. In some trouble here. Can they get him out of harm's way? The still control is just barely in range of that Static Storm. And just like that, they take down Emo.
The value of Clockwork really coming in, right? He rocket flares, and then there's like 4-man Nature's Wrath, but that doesn't really do a lot, but it's more for context of vision and future plays. And then after that, the next flare sets up the Glimpse into Static Storm, killing off Emo. So I don't know. I feel like this Clockwork really just giving life to Ybb's lineup, and Emo has to be careful. Like pre-BKB, he can easily go down to Disruptor at any point of the game.
Well, it's funny too, because 7E using the voice line from Vici Gaming, and it was Vici just a second ago in the previous match that you know, picked the Clockwork Disruptor in the first 2 phases and looked freaking awesome with it. I think this is a really strong support combination and getting a lot of value out of it. And if we check out Luo too on this Nature's Prophet, one thing I want to point out is he looks a lot like Gunnar. Just going to throw that out there. His QIQX is going to get caught for a moment. He also goes down. But yeah, 3,000 gold lead now as they take down that tier 2 tower. Look at him. Look, doesn't he look like Gunnar kind of? I
mean, it helps that the webcam's in kind of the same angle. You know, I'm getting the same kind of stream vibes from him. So yeah, I can see it.
All right.
I've never seen Lu and Gunnar in the same room, though, so that's the thing.
That's a good point.
Yep. And also, there's enough time between NA and China that he could fly on that 20-minute flight to get to the...
Yeah. New conspiracy unlocked.
There we go. If anyone believes that, I'm so sorry. What I do believe in, though, is Beyond potentially going down.
Wanted to go for it all. They have the Lucent Beam damage coming in, and it's actually enough to bring them down. Gleipnir there, but where's the follow-up? They need that Timber Saw to still be alive. Do has Stampede still ready as soon as he comes out of that silence. Gonna pop it, maybe? Thinking about it, chasing, looking. Emo catches the glaives onto both, and look at him. He's killing off the cogs to gain the damage. The Tianming not able to get away from Zhang Yu. 4 dead, and just like that, IG come back in a huge way.
And not only that, Luna picks up BKB instantly into Roshan. There's plenty of time. Like, Ybb, this was their game to control. All 3 of their cores were scaling, they felt great, but it happens in these Timbersaw games that you feel like this unkillable unit. And the start of this fight, look at the minimap, right? The entirety of Ybb is spread across the entire map, showing on multiple lanes. So this is such an easy play for IG to go for this Timber pick-off. And again, it's why ET and Luna in conjunction in the mid-game all feel good, but
they come back. Stomp there is going to connect. Centaur barely alive is going to drop after, and Roche so freaking low. Oh, the jump in from the Clockwork, and now they're in a ton of trouble. This has to BKB TP out for Dust. That was not going to work. And an easy Roche given over. They just needed it a little bit quicker. Oh, that's devastating. Huge win for Ybb.
I'm actually really conflicted because I wanted to see the highlight just to watch Timber die again. It's kind of satisfying. But also it's like, how on earth did IG not do Roche on there? There was like, did anyone buy back? No. I swear their cooldowns were like 20 to 30 seconds, maybe a couple on 10. Like, I'm pretty sure like 1 or 2 heroes alone shouldn't really deter IG's ability to do Roshan. Ah, well, happens, I guess. Unfortunate for IG.
You know,
in those scenarios, it's like either all 5 heroes weren't using their spells to quickly kill it off, someone was holding something back, or B, they didn't send out one support to cushion the cheap aggression that they can do to stall out for the bigger respawn. So yeah, IG, bit complacent at their Roshan attempt.
I mean, I think this is kind of what I was anticipating from this match, is very close in terms of skill, but both teams at various points have shown that they're not infallible. They're not like perfectly consistent with their moves, and so you get these weird little things that like shouldn't necessarily happen, but it creates a good game. You know, that's what we can only hope for here. Just a little bit of drama, a little bit of excitement, and still the story is Luna on top of the net worth. The rest of those cores of Ybb starting to catch up, and then it's the Centaur and the Ember that are just a little bit behind. So we'll see if she can carry the day or if it's going to end up falling apart for him. Oh, Emo. No way to save himself yet, but does have that remnant out to get back and away. So 3 heroes on the top side of the map right now for Ybb. Beyond, very far forward. Are they going to come and try and chase him? And it looks like indeed they are. Root is there, the Stomp to follow up, the Bushwhack, the Static Storm, it's down onto 2. Really good damage coming out. They don't have their Luna with them. And Dust showing up just a bit too late. Might be enough though. That's pretty solid as they take down and trade offlaners, but can they get out after? Gotta be careful, there's the Clockwork Flare, and guess who's got the glimpse ready in just a moment? 70s nearby, they have Dust. Dust in a ton of trouble, pops that BKB, immediately running away. The rest of the team nearby.
70's going.
They're thinking about going for more. The turn, QYQX is gonna get brought down very shortly and killed off. So a 5,000 gold lead now for Ybb.
And this is the difference this time, right? Ybb is actually in position that when Timbersaw gets picked off from all this damage, they can actually take the fight. They can turn it around.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like I love the fact that Timbersaw is going for the BKB as the next item. It feels incredibly good. So because now he's not going to be able to die off, and he's going to be able to actually tank up and, you know, survive through this.
Yeah. If he can get into a good position and not get killed off here, I feel like it just sets up for so much potential aggression there. So 6K gold lead now. We almost have that BKB done, like we talked about for Ember too. So all of these timings coming out simultaneously, and the problem that I'm seeing is there isn't that like follow-up damage through BKB that they have on IG. Whereas like EXO just sort of reigns supreme in this, and so much of the game for Ybb is going to be centered around this Death Prophet ulti and, you know, their ability to keep people stuck in it.
Yeah, it also helps that the for Ybb at least they're going to be able to throw out the Furin, the nature's nature's cool. No, nature's cool. Sorry.
Okay.
And it's like against Luna, like her decreases in value, and on top of that, then like Timbersaw buys BKB. Defra has BKB, so like all of IG's like quirkiness of pickoff is about to get fully picked apart if Ybb starts. I was about to say Xtreme. Ybb actually group up and play together.
I mean, it looks like Xtreme, right? That's the key. That's what happened. Sleep. He thought about jumping. Besides, I think the Clockwork Flare actually broke his Blink Dagger when they were trying to go in right there, and well, ZZQ is going to pay the price for it. But I think that kept the NP Aegis from being burned through. It looked like he was about to blink Hoof Stomp and then got canceled.
Yeah, it always happens with Centaur. Yo, I'm okay, I'm not going.
Beyond? Thinking about going. Ooh, the bushwhack! And then the remnant through the damage! Oh, he's already gone! 7E! No life! No nothing! They don't have BKB on Dust right now, but Emo is just wrecking havoc to the rest of these heroes. They managed to get the stomp out, but the BKB is out from that Nature's Prophet. Emo trying to get away, and instead it's Beyond that goes for the BKB TP out. So a good fight win there for IG as they find a way to take down that Death Prophet.
I mean, especially because she has the BKB available. Like, she has this ability to just, you know, be completely unkillable, but
right,
an overextension behind the tier 2, a quick bushback, and of course, IG, they are going to be able to execute you. And it helps that Timber saw the Kura came out and throw out another BKB. I won't lie, due to the patch, my brain has been corrupted on channel animations. So when Timber was BKBing and waving his hands, I was like, oh my god, what?
He's
got
a
hammer?
meteor hammer.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's happening? It's like, oh, he's just TPing out. All right, chill. I was so worried he went like 3rd item meteor hammer.
Oh, she does have BKB back up in 10. But upon seeing the Centaur, feeling a little bit afraid with 4 heroes now showing up, though. Have to be careful about a potential glimpse. Gets vision onto Dust. BKB back off cooldown soon, but not soon enough. They got him caught. Pops the BKB, now turns on his EZQ and kills him off. So a great hold ends up working out for them, actually. Dust BKB wears out, but 7E trying to clean up this fight. They're going to stampede, get out of harm's way. Is there any glimpse? They have anybody that can stop this? No. Although Dust, oh, now Dust is in some trouble. And they should be able to find him here with the glimpse. Good Gleipnir connection. Finds and kills that Luna. Stuck up on the high ground. They managed to actually kill off the Timber, too. So, a couple weird fights going on, 7E. I mean, he's going to get healed back up as the exorcism finishes, but it's not going to be enough. Holy moly! The turn into kill again, 7E goes down in a triple for Emo.
This ward was YBB's savior and also nemesis at the same time. It gave them like reason to kill off the Luna, but again, I feel like some of these, PYW bushbacks have really been, coming in clutch, and for IG at least, this BKB from Luna, the fact that it just come off cooldown to prolong the fight long enough to bait everyone in, it's like...
That's crazy.
That was beautiful, and like, what was it? Yeah, it comes up, she could have BKB'd a little bit earlier, but
it was a full bait,
it's
right?
Fine. It was a full bait, and again, like, you've got Sharpshooter, you've got Veil, you have Ember on top, ET, Spirit. Like, these heroes without BKB are going to go down to the plethora of magic damage that IG has, and like, their disengage was really nice. But again, this lingering ward that IG wasn't able to kill off gave YBB kind of purpose in the engagement. And at this point, I feel like any team in the world would be like, yeah, we can do what we want. They already see the ET again from the vision, so 7E goes deep, but...
I agree. Plethora. Good word.
Thank you.
It's PYW. They try and TP out, but the hook shot comes in, and they take him down. So again, the back and forth between these two squads still very, very close. And... kind of feels like it could go either way. Is there one team that, as the game goes later, sort of has the easier path towards, taking objectives, closing out the map, or is it still very open?
Honestly, I feel like it should be YBB.
Okay.
Just because they have DP plus Nature's Prophet, Luna as a hero, you kind of go from a laning phase hero into then awkward farm, and then mid-game is your timing. As the game goes super late, you often get kited out, you don't really get to stand an A-click, so I feel like on paper it should be YBB, but with how IG has been taking these fights, at least in the last 5 minutes, they are looking a little bit more kind of cohesive with their bushwhacks into follow-up, so honestly, it's still anyone's game. Also, I won't lie, the way that you laughed at Plethora, you gaslit me, and I had to quickly Google it to make sure I didn't say a dumb word.
No, you got it. It was good.
I was scared for a second.
No, so, I just like the word.
No, thank you. Again, it's honestly the word that I've been scared to say for like the last week. Yeah. I've been trying to use it. I don't know why. But every time I go to say, I'm like, big.
Yeah, big.
And then I stop. Yeah. So, I've overcome my hurdle.
I'm glad that
I got laughed at it instantly
in this moment. No, it was good. It wasn't laughed at. What are you talking about?
Oh god, it's all good. It's all good.
Smoke underneath Clockwork Flare, rarely seen but much appreciated. And ZZQ ready to break that smoke in a moment as QIQX walks forward. Hook shots out. Static Storm. That's a lot to use on an ET, and then to not even kill him. Are they going to go for the fight after? Yes, indeed. Dust is there, blowing him up. Beyond didn't have a tree to jump to, but a good Sprout is able to keep him alive for a moment. Emo, this is the reveal of the Aghanim Scepter, gets caught by the Yules, no BKB for 20 seconds, but does have a remnant to get away. The silence is there, he had a chance to get out, but just doesn't end up taking it, gets blown to pieces. 3 dead for the Clockwork. I thought that might have gone okay for them, but no such luck. Ybb too strong.
Yeah, again, when YBB is able to kite out these fights, IG's damage isn't perfect, right? The engagements have been good when it's been layered damage, right? The Veil from the Hoodwink into Sharpshooter, Eclipse doing damage, but in that fight, it was non-existent. Yeah. Luna did 440 damage with her BKB. Ember kind of just like remnanted around in circles and was like, hello, but like he didn't really commit or get to stick on a single target. So for IG, fight execution is critical for their lineup. If they don't sync up their spells, their damage, their draft, it just falls apart, and we're seeing it, time and time again. And this is why we don't really see Luna too much, because she is one of those heroes that isn't as simple as give her farm, she will A-click and win you the game.
Right. No, you have to play it a little bit more around those very strong timings that they have. And the next one is obviously going to be that Satanic. We'll see if that makes the difference. The other big thing right now is we got 15 seconds until Roche is going to respawn. Now, BKBs, they were used in that last fight, as well as Exorcism. And I think that's the big thing to watch for. Can IG punish Exorcism being on cooldown for another 60 seconds? I would like to see them try and smoke up and make some move together here. We'll see if they decide to do it or not.
No, I agree fully. The thing as well is like they just need to disassemble the mask to get the Satanic. So she's like 300 gold away. So actually kind of an awkward part of the game right now where it's like, does Luna want to sell her Wraith Band, then buy Satanic with disassemble? Right. If she doesn't do that, she won't have Satanic. For like, she's now quickly trying to push out mid as well. Okay.
Same exact position that they were in before with ZZQ. This time around does not opt to go in. They're going to back away and not try and take this fight. But for IG, I feel like they need to get something done here before this Exo comes back online. It's so hard to fight a straight up fight and not punish these timings.
The thing is though, for IG, a fight at the Roshan pit, they're pretty comfortable, right? Because then you get some AoE bushwhacks and you've got some, ET spells. So I feel like for them, they should be excited to try and take a fight in a condensed area. Their smoke up feels a little bit ambitious. Trying to smoke into triple BKBs when you don't really have BKB piercing stuns or this like insane damage through it could be a little bit scary.
Well,
and ZZQ's positioning once again, like he's broke the previous smoke that led to the YBB engagement. He's done another smoke. I feel like these POS 5s, when they find a nice position next to trees and they already have vision in the area, like it's so good.
Well, Emo here is going to clean up this wave. Does have a remnant back near where the rest of the fight's going to take place. Also finishing off his shard, which is a pretty nice little addition that you get for the Ember. But YBB recognizing the importance of this moment, they smoke together, we're ready for that movement in towards them too, and they're going to re-smoke again with the Shiva's Guard done on 7E.
And a Hex on Timbersaw as well.
This is a huge timing for them. If they can find a good opening and IG all grouped together, they spot him immediately and Hex is out, finding that Luna right at the beginning, but we'll have the Stampede movement speed. The turnaround comes out immediately with the BKB out, but Dust is just getting eviscerated here, completely left isolated. Luna dead for the Disruptor. That is not the trade they're hoping for. And Emo just dying as well, starting to get brought lower and lower, but they almost come up. Lul goes down. Emo still very low. Remnants through. That's 3 Remnants doing a ton of damage, but the Hex follow-up there is there from beyond. The Timbersaw gets the kill, and it is all looking too easy for YBB right now.
I'm just a little bit confused with how Luna starts to fight, but she's Satanic. It just didn't feel like it really did
the Shivas.
Yeah, anything too much. It was kind of rough, and that's why when you compare the supports, right? When you're smoking up, especially when you're smoking low ground into high ground, the value of Clockwork's insane, right? He starts like instant hook shot. On the flip side, when you have ET and Hoodwink as your supports, BKBs come out, you're kind of non-existent. And yeah, you saw there Dust, he just gets into the middle of the fight. I feel like the Satanic did literally nothing. And yeah, the entire time he was disengaging, because YBB was just kiting out. Like there's no hero for him to really stand and take this fight. And just look at mid lane.
And back in the real world, it is going to be the ET that likely falls. No, nope. Actually gonna let him live. Okay.
He's a liver.
So they get him out of harm's way. Still, so much pressure onto these buildings. They take the tier 3 tower. Because NP died in that last one, some sort of silver lining, they aren't able to take more than the tier 3 tower mid, but it feels like they have completely opened up this game. A 9k gold lead. Now, one thing that is a little bit interesting is that Roche is still up. They opted to not go for that and instead go for the push. IG, hypothetically, could maybe go for another round.
There is still hope.
They don't have that many long cooldowns.
But nor does Ybb, right? Like, sure, you care about EXO a little bit, but at this state of the game, when you already have Shivas, you've got Yules, BKB, like Siphons, there's ways for you to play out the fight, kind of be an extra body to enable other heroes to shine.
Right.
And I don't think that's why, you know, Ybb shouldn't be too afraid. But no, for IG, again, it just feels like the entire time, they just need to hit their spells in that one scenario. I feel like Emo, he needs to step up, initiate the fight, poke out a BKB, disengage, and then look for the fight. I think IG right now, their playstyle has been too one-dimensional in regards to if you see fight, take the fight, you know? If they were able to add layers, then it could help out.
And the other big issue is that, like, okay, yeah, they don't necessarily have to have Exorcism to win the fight on Ybb, but at the same time, IG is giving them Exorcism for every fight. You know, there was like a 30-second window or so where they could have made a move without EXO being up, and now this fight, it's starting poorly and it's going to end worse because there is no way that this goes any type of good when 70 gets the EXO off, can just run at Dust. The Timbersaw is starting to fall. Okay, that's one good thing coming out from him, but the buyback is there already. Now 70 trying to make the move over, Ybb just ready to run him down one by one by one. The buyback is there from the Hoodwink, but they got control onto QIQX. Still chasing Emo, in some trouble. The silence there, and with all those ghosts after him, it's more than enough to get the kill. So Dust managed to live through that engagement, and they do wait out the EXO. Massive amounts of buybacks coming out right now. What can they do? Can they take this fight now with 70 not having EXO? They have buyback ready on this Ember. Wants to run in. Remnants through, breaks the smoke. Okay, a couple good rounds, but the hook shot lands afterwards, and now the Hex. Oh my god, if Emo goes down right now, he tries to get away, 4-step out, keeps him alive. 7E starting to drop lower and lower. Good damage coming out from IG. The Remnant through, not quite enough, but the Bushwhack and the second round of Remnants, it's enough for the kill. But now they buy back on 7E, ready to run in. There have been so many buybacks over the last couple minutes, they can't quite take down ZZQ. The Glimmer Cape save away from that double edge. So they finally will be able to chase him and I think bring down this pesky Clockwork. So that's 2 dead with no buyback. IG, they have to get something here.
I mean, when I mentioned that IG wasn't very good at taking these like layered fights, it helps when they take the fight in the same manner. It's like throw bodies in, they kill Timber Force by, but they disengage long enough to utilize their own buys. And just look at the minimap on the vision IG has around this pip. They have every single high ground ward spot possible. Like, this is the perfect scenario for IG to use buybacks, to actually fight, and to feel amazing.
This is dangerous, though.
They've been in this position before.
This is really scary. They pop the BKB and then turn to fight and blow her up. DP gone. There is no buyback there. Luo tries to get out. Oh, they break it with the ET ulti. Can't TP away. Even in his BKB, now finding that disruptor. What a huge win for IG.
Why are we just absolutely crumbling? Like, the fact that they even come back into this Roshan pit, I mentioned the vision that IG has. So you step up here, they're not going to just keep hitting Roshan, they're going to turn around and hit you.
Oh, wow.
Look, they had the damage. Like, they have these beautiful heroes for burst and explosive fights. Just Ybb was doing such a good job at kiting out, and then you slip up one time against this lineup, they are going to punish you. And finally, IG is able to get an Aegis. And now, of course, Luna and Aegis, these two things go incredibly well together, because if Luna gets to a base, that's when she becomes some, you know, godly hero.
Like peanut butter and pickles, it just goes together.
Oh, it's so tasty. Just the crunch.
And a Hex out now. Seeing if they can take down Emo. Does some good damage, but he is never going to be in that much trouble. Does have the BKB if things get a little bit too testy, and that also reveals, hey, Timbersaw, he ain't home. But he is going to TP back now again.
They're dead for like 30 seconds. Also, Lou just completed his Satanic, so when he's back up, he still doesn't have buyback if he was to go down again. And against the Luna, not... Ooh, missed the hook shot.
Yeah, it's a little scary to think about. But after taking that tier 2 tower, IG gonna play the more conservative approach. Yep. They've got 4 minutes on this Aegis, time to take down the rest of these tier 1 towers. And it just again speaks to like what we were talking about at the beginning, that these teams, they're very evenly matched, but also it's not clean. Like, if you mess up a couple of times, Luna will take your entire base.
And that's why I love IG moving to this top side of the map. It's like, would you really want to go and hit a tier 3 for like 10 seconds, or would you rather progress the map where you take top tier 1, top tier 2, and now in the back of Ybb's mind, it's like, any time you win a fight or kill one key core, Luna won't take 1 rack, she'll take 2, if not maybe 3 if the fight's good enough. So I think for IG, they should just completely ruin everything on the map, force out this the high ground to be unprotected, or at least only tier 3s, and then you look for the decisive play.
Begin the ruination.
Yes.
I like it.
And for Ybb, it's now try and make the map feel wide again, try and get some lanes pushed in, utilize the Nature's Prophet. And if anything, you need to... How far away is Disruptor-Aries, actually?
He's still 2 components, does not have Philly either.
This could be a game where he just has to sell the Yules to pick up the Ags. Like,
yeah. Also, we're seeing some sick stuff coming out from Jiang Yu. Abyssal Blade for Centaur. It's completed. It's coming out right now on the courier.
Oh, yes, the usual Vanguard upgrade for the offlaners. Yes. Yeah, we literally never see this.
It's awesome.
I mean, I feel like for a Centaur, your initiation already feels atrocious. So now if you just blink Abyssal, you set yourself up for the hoofstop.
Oh, Stampede wants to find a fight. Lul's
Abyssal,
there.
Abyssal,
Go, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. He went for one more hit. He canceled. Oh, he thought he was going to get out no matter what. Oh, the ET ulti too. It hits again to break it. Unreal. Damn, dude.
That's satisfying. That's actually so satisfying. Like this build, I look at Centaur, it doesn't look shit. You know? Like, you know, sometimes people pick up items.
What a metric.
And you're like, but like sometimes you look at items and you're like, why is he doing this? You know, it's just kind of clowny. But like, I look at this for Centaur and it's like, he's a hero that after Blink BKB, you can buy anything and you could technically, you know, if you're a good salesman, you could sell it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And like, the Abyssal, I kind of like it. You know, against Nature's Prophet, especially because these heroes have BKBs for so long now. They're all 6-second BKBs. I do rate it. I do. It's what? Yeah, 1.5 second stun, so it's good.
Pretty solid. I remember I used to do Axe with a Blink, and then I would go Abyssal and like Refresher, and it's pretty sick.
It does sound counterintuitive to bash the guy that you want them to hit you with.
I know, but then you have like 12 seconds of BKB piercing control.
I see. Sure. You're a whole different unit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm thinking of axing, you know, the one dimension,
dealer.
And you're now in like a
whole
other world.
Dimension.
Yeah, that's true.
Prepared. Well, the real people that need to be prepared right now is Ybb, because 45 seconds left on this Aegis, and they're going to get every bit of value out of it they can. With no NP, I mean, you got to pop Glyph, but that Glyph ain't going to last too long. These buildings are going down, and they might even just head over to mid next. It would be a pretty bold play, but we'll see if it ends up happening or not. Already popping Satanic, that's a little scary for Dust.
They got Aegis for another 30 seconds, so worst case, you should be able to just throw that away. Okay. Gotta respect the glimpse, though.
Yeah, glimpse. Stampede, all right, you want to fight? We're going to fight. They run in. Even without that Aegis being around that much longer, they find 1 kill. Now back away, hook shot in, find themselves the Centaur, and immediately turns it around with that big ulti coming from Luna. They lose Centaur. He buys back. Ready to run into this one. It's a little bit crazy. There's no buyback on the 2 supports. IG thinking about going back in. Dust, no more Aegis. Apparently no more problem. Are they going to just run mid now?
I mean, with the Centaur buyback, they're getting a little bit spicy with their aggression. That was probably not needed, like you mentioned, but yeah, for IG, it feels like they're at the state of the game that they've kind of crushed Ybb's ability to play the map. So now it's like, okay, if we just group of us 5, hit the buildings, Luna is not this squishy hero anymore. She is incredibly survivable. And like we mentioned, like weird items. Ember also kind of went for 4th item. Item. He went 4th item Skadi, as I'm trying to speak.
Very northern.
Thank you. So yeah, he went 4th item Skadi. So now it's like, if he clips it onto DP or Timber or whatever, he's just mitigating that healing. And I feel like IG, they've actually itemized really nicely to give Dust just continuous purpose in the fight, because Centaur's annoying with his Abyssal. Ember's, really annoying with his Skadi on top of that. Right. Plus, Emo's now playing the game with that aggressive nature that I wanted to see. I think he didn't really have it in the first 20 minutes or so. Maybe he was respecting Disruptor a lot, but now he's kind of realize that. And okay, we're now getting double Scotty.
Yeah, so double Scotty.
Don't know about that one too much.
I mean, I think that there's still some elements to it that are pretty cool. You're playing against Death Prophet and Timbersaw, but I agree, it's definitely a little funky. The one thing I do like is that PYW is a freaking monster right now. That guy just bought a Hex. So Hex done on Hoodwink. There's going to be some solo kills if they need it, but I think PYW is going to be fine. And also getting closer to that 25 talent on the Hoodwink.
Yeah, he's having a disgustingly good game. I think some of his bushwhacks have really kept IG in the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, Whirling Death attribute reduction is there for the Timbersaw, and as the smoke up from both teams occurs, YBB should be aware of what's going on and the angle that they're at. Throws on out. One round there of the Acorn shot. Doesn't connect. Oh!
Oh, yeah, you killed that illusion.
Oh, no. Oh, and now you guys got to run. That's not what you want to see at all. Root there onto 2. Emo BKB out, ready to take this battle to them. Stampede is there for the follow-up as they bring down Tianming very, very low. Explode beyond. Didn't stand a chance. He does buy back, though. With XO used, maybe this is a moment where IBB can take the fight. They're thinking about it, chasing. Gleipnir connects now onto 2. ZZQ looking for an opening for himself. There isn't an easy one to take, and he does have hookshot back up in 7 seconds. But YBB, they're just going to disengage. Feels kind of bad when that EXO doesn't connect on anybody.
I mean, I feel like IG, they're playing fights beautifully now. Like, the way that Emo's playing it, he's like remnanting across the entire team, giving all this vision. He then sees Disruptor, he doesn't lock onto him. He doesn't use, like, he could have used his BKB and just clicked him, but he like remnants over him once, then again, then again. So it's like this entire time, Disruptor is like, guys, can this Ember just, just get off me? And then meanwhile, you mentioned this Hex pickup. They've got, Boomerang, Veil, like ET.
Yeah.
These heroes just die to spell so quickly. So yeah, I think IG, Emo's off in his own little land doing Emo things, and then the rest of IG are just putting on a clinic on how to explode heroes with their 4 heroes.
Right. Well, and Lua now with the teleportation cooldown always gone, like, if you can't take these straight up fights because somebody's just getting blown up by all that damage amp that you're talking about, maybe you just try and cut waves until you can get to your next set of items or something like that.
Oh no, Emma just picked up Refresher.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It's been like, what, 10 charges? Or Remnants plus get a kill, get another one, so...
They have to take this next Roche fight in a really good way for YBB and take it away from IG. If IG get it, it's like curtains. Very scary situation.
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect YBB's map to feel so small. I mean, it was like, I feel like it was that one kind of overextension. Like, maybe, actually, I guess it was the Roshan, actually. Giving away the Roshan, kind of rough, but...
Yeah.
Unfortunate for YBB, their map, I mean, their play is now, it feels near impossible. Like, Emo is, just look at him. I feel like we could just leave the camera on Emo and he just shouldn't die for the rest of the game. With how he's playing, what he's doing, it feels near impossible to keep this guy locked down, especially, we've mentioned how beautiful the items have been from IG. All of them are becoming killers in their own right.
Well, one thing that is still going to be decent, granted it did get nerfed in the last patch, is going to be that Sprout leashes maybe. That's something that they can maybe rely upon once the BKB is down to try and control this Ember, because there really isn't that much else. And then, of course, the big thing, Disruptor-Ags, which is done. So if they can find this Ember at the start of the fights, Clockwork Flare, scout things out, get the Disruptor ulti down, that's where you can maybe win it.
And it also helps him. It just picked up the Blink Dagger, so now he's going to be able to Blink Hex, give Disruptor some like initiation to the fight to hit the Static Storm. And for YBB, like you mentioned, I think their only option for play is utilize this Nature's Prophet, skip some waves. When IG throws a hero that isn't Ember to that side lane, that's when you quickly go for we've got Luna, we Static Storm, we kill her off with everything, and then you try and sweep across the map. But for the rest of this game now, IG should always be wary that YBB will be looking for that one play, that one opportunity. And it's only a 9k difference in net worth, but the difference is all of IG's items, if YBB turn up to the fight, not fully aware of what they want to do, they will just get crushed. Multiple hexes, Abyssal, like we mentioned.
Well, Refresher is there. It's not an Aghanim Scepter for IG, but the scary thing is that I'm not seeing YBB move over there quickly enough. They are going to smoke now, and of course can bring in that Nature's Prophet. Clockwork Flare scouts this all. Can they get there in time, though? Clockwork making space for himself for that Aegis, and you can see that IG, they're actually backing out.
The respect.
Vision there. Again, Static Brainstorm Remnant. They Remnant through right at the start. Hook shot, the connection, it pulls them both in. It's Luna caught. Can they bring her down in time? She can't cast anything.
They gotta...
She is gone. Buyback comes out though. They've got to take Roche afterwards very, very quickly. Emo caught in the Sprout, but he's BKB'd, so he's gonna be fine. And now the connection, good bushwhack, but it gets taken down by Timber. Nicely played by Beyond to keep him alive for a little bit longer, and there it is. They bring Dust in, and now he's got everything ready to go. Wants to find Luo. They don't have it. No vision, no way to catch him. So Luo gets out of harm's way, can come back into this fight for a second round. Centaur's dead for 2 minutes. 70 still wrecking havoc. That's the Hoodwink gone also. Maybe a chance here, an opportunity, although there is no more exorcism. But when they bring back in Luo, it might be enough damage. They run through, the silence is there, leashed up still for the moment. And Emo gonna TP away, wants to come back into this fight afterwards. Can they kill off Dust beforehand? Hurricane Pike gets him away, and then the back away. With Hoodwink actually regaining buyback status, there's a little bit of an opening there.
But Emo...
He's starting to fall, Emo in trouble, gone. Does have buyback, immediately Remnants back in this fight, and now the bushwhack is there. Luo gets caught, he has buyback too, might need to use it. 7E in trouble, right on top of him. The Hex is there, but they have a Hex on Beyond too. Do they have enough to kill him off? Well, this is still going to be 70 in trouble. Disruptor ulti down. Good damage, but it's not quite enough. With
lose it.
Now they have it. Hex is there. Couple more punches. They have to back away.
Glimpse.
Dead for 2 minutes.
Look at the glimpse on
and
Luna.
Looking some trouble. Dust wants to get away. Can't get away with the Hurricane Pike. The punches are there. Dust is going to fall. It all started with a great static storm, and it ends with Luna dead for 2 minutes. What a win for YBB.
They IG just lost the game.
Oh my god.
This was their game to win. They had everything.
Beyond chasing, finding that pesky little Hoodwink trying to escape, and with the Glimmer Cape does manage to make it out. They have buyback on this Centaur, but I don't know if this is going to come around quickly. Now, PYW gets caught, pulls him back in, gonna pop the ulti, tries to get away, but with Luo there, they find him, they kill him, dead for another 2 minutes. I think they're ready for the all-in play. They want to end this game.
Okay.
GG. Holy moly, what a comeback there for YBB.
I mean, I feel like IG, they were just dictating the entire game for the last 20 minutes, and we mentioned like YBB, they've got